Chantelle Girgan from ARC to talk to us about the National Collection of Nematodes, those microscopic giants as she describes them. Chantelle?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Fulu and Chanel, for the opportunity. Today, I want to tell you about the National Collection of Nematodes, what we do, and the role we play in food security. First, I'm going to tell you what a nematode is, as some of you might not know. So, nematodes are from the phylum Nematoda. They are unsegmented worm-like organisms, and their size ranges from 80 micrometers to 8 meters. Now, I know 8 meters is not microscopic, but the nematodes we work with range from about 80 micrometers to 4 millimeters. The 8-meter nematode is one that's actually from a sperm whale, the parasite from a sperm whale, and it's also 2.5 centimeters in diameter, so it's massive. But we don't work with anything nearly as big. Nematodes are also extremely abundant and diverse. The father of nematology, Professor Nathan Cobb, once said that if you had to remove all the trees and the rivers and the mountains and the people from Earth, you would still see the outline of everything in the form of nematodes. So that gives you an idea of how many nematodes there are. They're also found in all environments and on all the continents. And the current species estimate is about 1 million species, but sadly only 97% of that is unknown. So we really do have our work cut out for us. So nematodes are divided into two groups. You have the free living group, which is terrestrial and aquatic forms. Then you also have the parasitic forms, parasites of plants and animals. So to tell you a little bit about our collection, we have one working collection and two donated collections. The National Collection of Nematodes was established in 1955 by Professor John Haynes, which is the father of nematology in South Africa. Our collection currently has a little over 50,000 slides with more than 200,000 specimens of 314 genera and just under 1,400 species. Now, we are very lucky to have almost 7,000 type specimens in our collection, and these are holotypes and paratypes. All our specimens are also connected to specimen and locality catalog cards, which are handwritten, if you see here in the middle. And they are also linked to a very extensive literature collection, which mostly includes also the original descriptions of the specimens in the collection. Then the second collection we have was donated by Dr. Kent Kleinans. It's the Girgan collection, or the root knot nematode collection. It was started by Dr. Kent Kleinans as a survey of South Africa of the genus. There's about almost 15,000 slide mounted specimens. And if you remember my previous talk at one of the NSF webinars, Girgan acronia was the first plant parasitic nematode described from South Africa. There's a female in the picture over here. And very recently we found its life cycle in a box hidden in one of the cabinets, which is about 60-year-old slides, which is now fully incorporated into the collection as well. Then we also have a third collection, the John Haynes collection, which was donated by the late Prof. John Haynes in 1999. There's about 7,300 slides, which consist of 21,900 specimens of plants as well as free living and aquatic nematodes. And this is Professor John Haynes previously mentioned. So now to come to the value of our collection, or the uniqueness of our collection. The National Collection of Nematodes is one of the largest nematode collections globally. The USDA in America has little over 200,000 specimens, and we have 200,000 specimens. So we are like right up there with them. We're also the biggest, if not the only, reference collection in Africa. We record history, as all collections do, and our oldest holotype was deposited in 1957. We also now, for quite some time, fully digitized in two databases, the National Collection of Nematodes database and the South African Plant Parasitic Nematode Survey database, and the two are connected. We also do training of students, and our data is available to anyone who asks for it, scientific or citizen scientists. Then another really thing that I see as the value of our collection is our taxonomic expertise. I would like to introduce you to our team. We are a team of ladies. We have Dr. Esther van den Berg. She is a retired taxonomist. She's been retired for nearly 16 years, I think. Then we have Dr. Antoinette Swart. She's also a specialist working with us. Dr. Mariette Mare, another specialist, and then me, and then Mrs. Adoration Shubani and Mavis Haji. They are our technical staff, and without this team, the collection would be at a standstill. So the value of the collection is also the services we render. So we do diagnostic services daily, and annually we identify over 2 million specimens and from about 250 something plant species. We also do soil health assessments, and all this contributes to food security, and I will tell you why. So whenever you hear about nematodes, you probably hear about the plant parasitic nematodes. According to the American Society of Phytopathology, 14% yield losses in the agricultural sector globally is due to plant parasitic nematodes. Now this equals to about $125 billion annually. So the identifying of these plant parasitic nematodes is crucial to prevent these yield losses, because if you identify a nematode correctly, you can manage it correctly and prevent these yield losses, which contributes to food security. So plant parasitic nematodes might be tiny, but I call them microscopic giants for the following reason. They are literally micrometers in size, and they cause extensive damage to crops. Here you can see some of our quality crops that we grow in South Africa, and they don't look so delicious because of nematodes. So plant parasitic nematodes can cause total crop loss, poor quality of crops, and unfortunately they have an extensive host range, which makes identifying them crucial. And also here comes the value of a collection. The distribution of them is crucial too, because if you know where they are and what their host range is, you can correctly manage them and contribute to food security. So one of the databases we have is the South African Plant Parasitic Nematode Survey database. It's a mouthful. It was founded in 1987, and the goal was to create a comprehensive assessment of the nematode biodiversity resources of South Africa. Now, as you can see in this map, we have more than 8,500 locality points. Each of these points has the information on the plant parasitic nematodes and more recently free-living nematodes, host range, where it was collected, under what circumstances it was collected. So it's quite an extensive database, and it directly contributes to food security, because as I previously said, you need to know what, where, and how you have it to be able to control it. Now to talk about the good nematodes, the free-living nematodes. And these little creatures also contribute to food security because they play an essential role in the soil, especially in nutrient cycling and mineralization. They are also used as biological indicators of soil health. They are also used in biological control of other pests. These are called entomopathogenic nematodes. Now this graph is one of the tools we use to establish your soil health based on the nematode communities. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but it's divided into 4 sectors. And depending on the free-living nematodes you have in your soil, we can plot your soil in one of these sectors and tell you what the status of your soil health is. So some of the examples of the work we do, highlighting the value of the collections in food security, is some of the projects that I've listed here. So firstly, we have the Potato SA project that studies nematode communities in crop rotations in a potato field. We also have SOMAC, which is the Macadamia Association, where we study the nematode communities in macadamia. And previously, there was very little information on the nematode pest species of macadamia. We also do nematode diversity of natural grasslands. My PhD was in Tapira Nature Reserve. And this is important because a lot of nature reserves are unfortunately used for agriculture on a later stage. So if you know what you have there, you know the potential pests you might have. Then we also have a very nice highlight. The data of the collection was used in a Nature article. And this is a global, I see a spelling mistake, in a global scale. So this data, with data from all around the world, was used to show the distribution and spread of nematodes in the world. We also have had a master student, or one of our technical staff did a master's on the characterization of Heterotera carotae, which is a very big pest species on carrots. And then, of course, we do work for the large on quarantine and phytosanitary. So I really hope that I highlighted the important role that we play in food security. And if you have any questions about our collection, what we do, or would like to be part of it, you're more than welcome to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chantelle. Microscopic giants indeed. I'm sure that if we have any farmers in the house, or even those that will watch the recording, they'll be very appreciative of all this information, even those that are planning to go into farming. So thanks so much, Chantelle.